was the reason behind the purchase of hyperMILL?
So my job role here is to be the main programmer. We used to program on the machines themselves, but we found that we were losing time by not being able to stay ahead of the game. hyperMILL allows you to program offline, do all the programming whilst the machine is still doing a current job, and that way you can build a big queue of future jobs.
So what have you done with hyperMILL so far? Because I know you're in the very early days.
Yeah, we are in the early days. I've literally last week, I think it was, done the training. So I have had a little go at it, come across a few problems as to be expected, called up the technical support, and they've been able to walk me through using the team viewer and a phone call at the same time, and just fix all the little bugs and problems. So at the moment it's a very steep learning curve. It's new software, so once we get our foot into it and know what we're doing, hopefully we don't need to use them as much, but they will always be there to help us when we do.
So what type of work are you planning to use on hyperMILL?
So initially we're going to just use it for simple stuff, and then we're going to take it to using the full capacity of hyperMILL, which is what it's known for, which is the 5-axis simultaneous toolpaths they can produce, hopefully giving us better finishes and quicker times for the parts.
And how does this software compare to previous softwares that you've used before?
So previous softwares we've used, we've been doing 5-axis stuff with it, but we've been finding our collision detection hasn't been that great, so we've sort of had to lie to it to allow us to produce the parts. With hyperMILL, that shouldn't be the case. It should indicate where the collisions are, both in an internal and an external simulation, both done on the computer, and it just gives you a list of where these collisions are, and it makes it so simple to correct any problems which we have.
So what training have you gone on with hyperMILL?
So the way they do it, they do a 3-day course to sort of get you going, just the basics, and then a couple of weeks later they'll put another 3-day course, and then a couple of weeks a 2-day course. And in those courses they'll be teaching you more each time on the different features available. So I've only just done the initial 3 days, so very early days for us.
Did you enjoy it, and what did you learn?
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, it was enjoyable. It was taught very well, and we done a bit on the CAD side of things, so producing a part, and then we were actually programming that part itself. A bit on mostly it was 3-axis, and there was bits of 5-axis as well.
What do you think ultimately it's going to give you if you have hyperMILL within your machine shop?
Confidence, I'd say. It's known for very good collision detection. With that, you can then trust that it's going to go on the machine and come out correct, basically.